Music plays, and today it is Megadeth time. The greatest live DVD by them is Buenos Aires and the top 4 in Bulgaria, Sofia. Fantastic. This is a highly recommended read. Dave Mustaine. And it says this book is a damn fine read, and I tell you what, he wasn't lying. A Life in Metal, Dave Mustaine. So we're going to rank every single Megadeth album. So without further ado, let's do it. At number 15, we have got Super Collider. Yeah, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. It really does. Not for me, unfortunately. Just not, yeah. It just sucks. I'm sorry. Don't like it. Okay, at number 14, we have got... I couldn't wait to do this either. I really couldn't. Killing Is My Business. It's a decent start, but it's not really. It's too raw and it's underproduced. Albums like this that are underproduced don't really do it for me. It doesn't really start with any great songs, although it does have good promising aggression, but that ain't enough in the Megadeth catalogue for me. So at number 13, that was at number 12. At number 13, we have got The System Has Failed. Not a massive fan of this album either. Yeah. It's just, it lacks what other albums have. I think they toured with Dry Kill Logic and Fear Factory on this tour. I'm sure they did. But and Megaforce, but the Mega Tour weren't it? But I don't really like this album. There's not really any standout songs on it, so it doesn't really do it for me. At number 12, again we're getting all the bad Megadeth out of the way now. The World Needs a Hero. Me. Yeah. It's not titled that, it's just called The World Needs a Hero. But yeah, not a very good album, to be honest. Again, another one in Megadeth's catalogue that just trying to find the right crowd, but it wasn't really working, and it was just them coming into the fore. Now quite a well seasoned, oiled metal stroke hard rock band. And it was Megadeth, again, without any truly great anthems on this album. What's Megadeth without anthems? It sucks. So, yeah, that's at number 12, not a great album. At number 11, this album gets panned too much for me. We're going to go with 13. Listen, Sudden Death's good. Public Enemy #1. Damn, that's not bad. Whose Life Is It Anyways? You know, it's got some promise. It's got a little bit of promise. Never Dead. New World Order. Fastlane. Shop at EMP Clothing, just there. Just get that plug in. Guns, Drugs and Money. Never Dead. My favourite song on this is probably Black Swan. Really good riff. I like that song. There's some good songs on this. It gets way too much criticism. It's a lot better than other albums for me. Check the artwork there. I think this is a decent Megadeth opus. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but, you know, it's still okay. That's at number 11. 13. At number 10, we have an album that will divide, and it was a huge risk. But for me, it's really good. It's not metal, but it doesn't matter because it's good. In Risk, by the way. Risk is a good album. It's not an absolutely amazing one, but it has shades of like sort of, say, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith. I'll be there. I'll be there for you. Yeah, the Prince of Darkness, good song. Crush 'Em. I like Breadline. Breadline's good. I'll Be There, Wanderlust, Ecstasy. There's some really well accomplished rock songs on this album that just because if it would have been like a solo opus, maybe it'd have worked better. As like, yeah, Insane in the Mustang, something, I don't know. Something like that. Maybe it would have been Dave Mustaine's solo opus. It's just too sort of contrived rock and roll sounding for a lot of people. But it's still a good album. It's just not a great Megadeth one, but it still beats the albums before it for me at number 10. I like it. It's got some nice earnest stuff in there. There's just some good rock, like no different than, say, what anyone else was doing at the time, like with Anthrax and Lonely. It was that sort of rock at the time. It was polished. It was all polished after Metallica, so you can't blame them for taking that risk. Okay, that was at number 10. At number 9, we have an album which I love. Get them all here now. Got all the CDs virtually now, so. United Abominations. Great Megadeth. It's got Sleepwater, Washington is Next, Never Walk Alone, A Call to Arms. My favourite song, Never Walk Alone, A Call to Arms is good. Gears of War. I like the track with Christina Scabia out of Lacuna Coil because I like them and I like her. Tout Le Monde is good. American Star You're Dead. There's some really good songs on this. Washington is Next. It's like the system has failed but good. For me. Okay, at number 9 we have Cryptic Writings. Again, pretty much like, this gets panned too much like Risk. I don't know why. It's a really good album for me. Cryptic Writings. Decent Megadeth. I think it's just because it's softer than a lot of the other stuff. So you got Trust, Almost Honest, Used a Man, I'll Get Even, Sin, A Secret Place. She-Wolf is absolutely brilliant. Great riff. Great Megadeth. One of my favourite Megadeth songs of all time, bar none. I love She-Wolf. It's a shame it wasn't on, say, like Countdown to Extinction or Rust in Peace, because that would have just been like, whoa. But it wasn't. That's at number 8, Cryptic Writings. Great. At number 7, we have an album that, although the cover absolutely blows, looks like something you get in a shitty little library, it's still a good album. So Far, So Good, So What, Into the Lungs of Hell, Set the World Afire, Anarchy in the UK, the cover, Mary Jane, good. 502, In My Darkest Hour is absolutely brilliant, man. I love how it comes into the Lungs of Hell. The guitar work on that is absolutely blistering. Set the World Afire, Mary Jane, 502, In the Darkest Hour, even Hook in Mouth. This album's really good. I just think because the covers suck so bad, people don't even want to give it a chance. Like, this is one of Megadeth's finest pieces of work. It is awesome. Like, Set the World Afire again. I love 502. In My Darkest Hour. That's probably my... There's so many Megadeth, man. But that's probably my top 5 Megadeth songs of all time. The guitar riff in the display. Megadeth really had the time signatures and the playing down routine. They were fantastic. Better than most at thrash, to be fair, with the time signatures and the playing. It was just that good. So that is, So Far, So Good, So What. Absolutely brilliant. That is at number 7. At number 6, and I maybe could have shuffled it around but I think this is a really fine return to form. Dystopia. Dystopia is absolutely amazing. It's a great return. I do think Chris Adler, Stephen Adler, the drummer from Lamb of God, really does this album justice. Takes it to that future thing, and obviously Dystopia, but yeah, it's got that Robocop vibes as well, and I love all the artwork. And for the technical display, it just goes above So Fast, So Good, So What for me, because of like the maturity on it, the playing, the production. It's insane, Megadeth. It could have been a little bit better near the end, I'm not going to lie, but the song Dystopia, Death from Within, Bullet to the Brain, Poisonous Shadows is awesome. It rocks for me. Dystopia is a fine piece of Megadeth material, and if you've not heard it, what are you doing? Get on Spotify now and check it out, because it is amazing. Okay, at number 5, this was a really tough one, but I had to choose between them, so it's a dirty job, but I got to do it. At number 5, I'm actually going to go with Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? Now, a lot of you Megadethites out there are going to be like, what are you doing, man? You suck. And I'm just going to be like, listen, when it comes to production, some albums are better. This was a really, really great start, and I love the time signatures, but the production lets it down. The songs are amazing, but the production lets it down compared to other albums. But as the songs, Peace Sells, Devil's Island, Dave Mustaine, although his voice wasn't amazing, it was epically distinctive. What do you mean I'm being sent? Couldn't be the straight piece of America. He had a really whiny... I'm a good impersonator, what can I say? But he had a... so I thought. He had a really whiny voice, and that was distinctive. Not the most accomplished, but a really distinctive voice. And that's why he was so good. Not great, not like Hetfield, but don't want to start the Metallica Megadeth thing, but he had a distinctive voice on all records, and that's what you heard mainly when you heard Megadeth on TV. Anyway, Wake Up Dead, The Conjuring, Peace Sells, Devil's Island, Black Friday, Bad Omen, all amazing songs. The production on this just lets it down compared to others, but what a cover, I mean, it sells. Coming up next, we have, at number 4, in fact I had to do a list when I don't need to now, but anyway, at number 4, this is an album which was one of the greatest Megadeth albums, man. 4th in my list, Endgame, All My Days. What an album. What an album. It really does Peace Sells on material for me. You've got like Dialectic Chaos, This Day We Fight, 44 minutes, oh man. By the Hand, Endgame, The Hardest Part, and of Letting Go. 44 minutes, it's really good. And you could hear where Trivium and other bands have really pretty much took this style with the octave and the darkness and earned it, owned it into that sound. You can hear it on a lot of records where Megadeth basically inspired all that time signature and all of that sort of darker connotation. It's Megadeth. Endgame is a roller coaster. It's absolutely brilliant. For me, Head Crusher's even good. How the Story Ends, The Right to Go Insane, Bodies, Endgame. Just starts so good and finishes well. Really, really complete piece of work, this Endgame. I absolutely love it. At number 4, on Roadrunner Records, shall I add. At number 3, we're getting to the nitty-gritty now of Megadeth. I'm going to say I love them and Metallica equally, but this album is really, really good without having all the thrills of other Megadeth albums. It certainly has the most sincereness of the songs, and the darkness is definitely there. I'm talking about Euthanasia. And Untitled Chapter is probably in the top 5 or the top 6, 10. It makes it. It makes it. Reckoning Day, Train of Consequences, Addicted to Chaos, Elysian Fields, now The Killing Road, Blood of Heroes, Family Tree, Euthanasia, Train of Consequences, Man, Reckoning Day, Addicted to Chaos, man. I might just listen to this later. I like a glass of wine with this album, I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just one of those. It's a really soothing piece of Megadeth, but it's really dark and it's no frills. It gets to the point. Classic Megadeth. And they were going through a lot of lineup changes at this point as well and things like that. But you know, I'm not going to go on about guitar players and all that. I'm just going to go into the albums. I want to keep it short and sweet. So we got the final two. At number 2, Countdown to Extinction. Skin of my teeth, Symphony of Destruction, man. Just like the Pied Piper, led rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying through symphony. Great architecture of aggression, foreclosure of a dream, sweating bullets, that was my life. Countdown to Extinction, even ashes in your mouth. There's a few like near the end, but as a whole, it's really cinematic, this album, and it was just pure 90s metal, really was. The visuals as well, their videos were really captured it. Symphony of Destruction is just one of the all-time greats with a you could hear the crowd, and the way they structured the riffs was it was really like future and bombastic and sort of big and sort of army-like, drill-like in a lot of their material, with the guitar playing and the drums. They made it cinematic. Symphony, Countdown to Extinction is a brilliant album at number 2, which takes us to number 1. Not Greatest Hits. Rust in Peace. And was there any other album that was going to make it here? I mean, right from the beginning, Holy Wars. It's like Rush. It's like, what's this? Metal's not supposed to be this complicated. Hangar 18. And then Take No Prisoners, Five Magics, Poison Was the Cure, Lucretia, and Tornadoes of the Souls, man. One of the greatest guitar solos ever from Marty Friedman, ever. The guitar solo in this is absolutely phenomenal, blistering. I don't think anyone can really match him for that. Although that dude on, is it Chris Broderick, is it? Who's the dude on the, the Top 4, the Sophia show really does it a lot of Megadeth justice, but he doesn't do Tornado. It's a hard song to replicate live, but Lucretia, Dawn Patrol. This album just separated them from the other bands, I think. Anyone who thinks Megadeth sound like Metallica needs to get their ears checked. Seriously, they don't. Maybe it's just a voice sometimes. Like, yeah, the guy was in Metallica. How can he not sound like him when he helped invent the best stuff on Kill 'Em All? The guy was in Metallica. Of course they're going to sound like Metallica because of songs like Whiplash and all the other riffs he played on the first album. And then Kirk Hammett came in, so of course Megadeth are going to sound like Metallica when the singer was in Metallica. But Megadeth took it differently. They didn't try to replicate everything Metallica did. The time signatures are different, the delivery is different, the drum grooves are different, the bass fills are different, the chants are different, and although the messages are similar in the metal sense, they're not the same. Rust in Peace is absolute body of work for all metal players, or just for people into music itself. The fills in this, the hooks, the adventure. I must say the adventure in Rust in Peace is sublime. It never lets go. It's always going. Just somewhere different, and I love that. Like jazz compositions in a way was infused in a lot of Dave Mustaine's stuff. Whether he meant to or not, he had different style of playing, and this is just polarising with good, this album. At number 1, Rust in Peace. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, guys, I'm out. I've got it under 20. Peace. Let me know yours. Comment underneath. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Goodbye. Take it easy. Safe journey. Be good to each other.